All right. Are we on or what? Come on, dude. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Let's bring her on. Oh, we went that. We did that one. Here we go. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. Are we on? We're having a lot of trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. Our last show, we had some kind of problems, but, you know, we keep it up. We keep doing what we gotta do. Like, everybody. You already know. Jazzy Tune brought to you by Sadar. We'll have a special feature here coming on soon. We'll see. Alright, should we just get to it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's bring it on. Let's get serious. Come on now. You already know. Hey, hey! Welcome everybody to Geezy Truth News. That's right. It is May 20th, 2020. This is outrageous, people. It's getting ridiculous out here. Obamagate, Trumpgate, Impeachmentgate, Coronavirusgate, Epsteingate, pedogate. Are you kidding me? Is this enough? Or do you want more? I don't know. Not many people do. But we're going to figure it all out one day at a time. Let's get to it. So, where do we even begin? What is there to talk about? Tell me that right now. What is there to talk about? Because okay, we get it. Pedogate, federal and the Fed. Okay. Q. Let's see. Okay, while we're doing this, we might as well keep in touch with the whole Q. What's going on? May 20th, 2020, 4:08 p.m. Link to new Q drop. What is this? Ask and you shall receive. Q. And this is Bring It Over. Here you go. Via electronic transmission, Ambassador Richard Grenell, Acting Director, Officer of the Director of National Intelligence, declassified information. We posted it on. We have our technical engineers working on the scene. Callers call in. I mean, what do you expect? We're doing what we can. So, I mean, you could read through what's the big deal here. Obviously, there's something going on. Should you have any questions, please contact Joseph Folio. Thank you for your attention. The Honorable Gary C. Peters, Ranking Member. So, obviously something important because it's linked. Where was Joe Scarborough at the time of death? So, I mean, he posted some stuff here. MSM wearing masks now, coordinated to keep the COVID-19 pandemic alive. So there you go. It's all, we talk about it all the time. It's all right here. We do what we can. Here's the sources and here's all the stuff. Fake news, real news. I know, I always forget. We're always blanking on stuff to talk about. But I mean, recent mainstream. I try to go to mainstream news. Nancy Pelosi claps back. Trump is like a kid with doggy doo-doo on his shoes. So, I mean, come on. Is anybody taking this seriously? Nancy Pelosi, I mean, Donald Trump, they're all 70, 80 years old, calling each other doggy doo-doo and poo-poo face. This is, I mean, who can take any of this seriously? And how is anybody taking this? I've went full circle. I've tried caring. I've done what I could. Do people care or not? At this point, I really stopped caring because here's what we do. Here's what we can. Supreme Court blocks release of full Mueller report for now. Inside the Trump California fight over church's coronavirus, China threatens countermeasures. Says U.S. will bear consequences. Dow Jones, I think, went 370 points today. Last I checked, Bitcoin was at 9,500. Last I checked, gold was at around 1,700. The Fed keeps printing and printing money. So this is what happens. People are going to take it. So that's that. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very kind. So this is, according to what I got, and then here's some of the real, in latest escalation, President Trump blames China for mass worldwide killing. Mike Rivero responds, Mr. President, please, this is not helping the situation. In fact, whether or not you are correct in your assessment, which I believe you very well may be, this response is coming off as more than a little unhinged and not terribly statesperson-esque. And sir, I would say to you with the utmost confidence right now that the last thing you or this country needs in this election year is a shooting war with China. So let's cage the rage a bit, and let's be reasonable and responsible in the country's attempt to find out what really happened here, shall we? End quote. So that's Mike Rivero's response to Trump. Stocks won tick lower as Senate passes bill that could force delisting of Chinese companies. Mike Rivero responds, this situation is devolving very badly and very quickly. I would like to hope that President Trump is using every diplomatic possibility to change course here because trade wars can very quickly turn into shooting wars. Okay, so there's that. Can we get on to what James Fetzer is up to? people check on, please, jamesfetzer.org. I mean, this is a very good resource. He's got plenty of sources, and he's been on the show plenty of times to prove that. His recent thing is May 20, 2020, John Whitehead, the worst is yet to come, contact tracing, immunity cards, and mass testing. So, I don't know. Does anybody care anymore? Let these people happen. Some people are getting unemployment. Some people are not. Some people are mad. Some people are happy. Focus on the main goal here. End the Fed, pedogate. I mean, let them... It doesn't look like they can win either way. The economy goes up, it's going to crash because how fake it is. And the economy goes down, well, great, because that just proves to what we've all been talking about. And, so that's that. So we'll see what's going on over here. What else is... And then hopefully, we were trying to get Kevin and Ned on the show. It's been too long since we've had that, since we've had him on the show. And we'll looking forward to hear his updates, because he's working hard on, releasing all the pedogate stuff over in Canada. So, let's see what's going on. Let's see. Anything else? What else are we missing? This I don't know how serious this Obamagate thing is. I'm sure we're all just sick and tired of the whole thing, so we'll see. And this, according to the plan, according to Q and all the stuff that they're all going to do, they're all going to take care of this. And then so a big deal is like a Supreme Court ruling on, the judge overruled the governor. I think it was in Wisconsin or something. That was a pretty big deal. So that was, I'm just trying to remember all the headlines over the past week or two or whatever. So, sounds like everybody's still chugging along. And, let's see. And I always love reading the economic reports, because they always say, so this is the headline for Market Watch. Forget bonds. Here are 5 safe tech stocks offering dividends and growth. Michael Brush. And there's a lot of interesting... I mean, it just blows my mind. So, Dow Jones is 24,575. Gold is at 1,747. Oil is at 33.61. So what do we got, people? Anything else? D's using COVID-19 to prevent the exposure of D's corruption. FISA-gate, Biden, Ukraine, other stuff. I mean, there's... You talk about all this stuff. You talk to Democrats, they have all this info on Republicans. You talk to Republicans, they have all this info on Democrats. And then both of them, it's like they're all scumbags. And then, quote, meanwhile, Democrats on the Homeland Security Committee have decried the investigation and the subpoena, arguing that they should be focusing on coronavirus-related issues during the ongoing pandemic and prioritize it over politics. End quote. In a letter sent to Johnson on Tuesday, Senator Kamala Harris of California renewed her calls for another COVID-19 hearing, noting that the committee hasn't held one since early March. DNC media echo chamber push, ? Is this about the virus or preventing exposure of Democratic corruption? Is this about the virus or locking Republican-controlled Senate from investigating Democrat FISA, Biden, and or other corruption, question mark. Is this about the virus or the election? So... let's see, one of the things that Kevin and it mentioned... well then. Well, looks like he's not able to... looks like he's not able to, his phone can't get a hold of it. So what I was going to mention is Kevin and Annette got banned from all of them, from Skype, Twitter, all the social media stuff. So, well, that was that. We tried. So he got banned from Skype and all these different places. So it's too bad. Because we were looking forward to hearing from him. And, I know what we'll do. Just to get a different perspective on the whole coronavirus thing, let's give one of our correspondents a call, and we'll see if he picks up. Change of pace. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of other updates. I mean, it's the whole trust the plan thing. Let's see. Nope. So unfortunately, our correspondents are unable to get to the phone right now. Let's see if we can try. Our other correspondent. Well, if callers want to call in, go ahead. That's what we're here for. So the gist is that we've been talking about all this for way too long. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Hello and welcome to Geezy Truth News.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man?
How's it going? What is up?
Oh, alright. My phone's almost dead, though. I gotta call back soon.
No problem. So what?
My charger. Well,
So
it's pretty crazy, man. There's nowhere to charge phones or anything. Everything's shut down. Everyone's getting kicked out of the jails. It's pretty nuts, man.
So it's pretty nuts. So from your perspective,
the people in the jail got thrown out when I was in there this last month.
so isn't it good for the inmates for them all to be getting out of jail?
Yeah, but it causes a lot of I guess, traffic in the courts.
I'm sorry, what?
It causes a lot of extra traffic in the courts because all the court cases have been pushed back until mid to late June.
Well, have they been pushing them back or throwing out cases? Because if they're letting inmates out,
Both.
yeah, they've been doing all that stuff. So, do you know anybody with corona or who's died from it? Does anybody know anything?
Oh yeah.
So you know of a person who's died from COVID?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really? So can you tell more?
Our colleague's neighbor, his wife died from about 2 weeks ago.
Wow, and it was like for sure COVID because apparently they
Oh yeah.
because apparently they latch on COVID to a lot of deaths. Even if it was like, even if you slapped in a bathtub.
Yeah. Well, that's just what I'm hearing. I don't know the details, but it's a pretty credible source.
Right. And so she caught the COVID and then subsequently passed away.
Taken quite ill, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. That's the first I've heard. You're the first person I heard that actually knows somebody who's died from COVID because.
And that's what I was saying too until a couple days ago.
Yeah, because I mean that's what's happening apparently is that a lot of COVID deaths, but very hard luck to pass them off as that.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be hard pressed to find any evidence of that in a lot of these cases.
Well, so what else is going on the streets? COVID? Anything? Do you have anything interesting to patch in, or what's going on?
Well,
any updates?
Just kind of out here, in nature, just doing a thing. My phone's about to die. I did have some interesting points, but.
Have you gotten your Trump check and all the stuff, all the freebies that they've been offering? No. I actually have to go check in on that. I don't know. I'm a child support fuck up. There was some bad fuck up in my Trump check. I'm gonna have to figure out what it was. It said it was deposited to a bank account on April 15th, and so I just went to my bank, and it wasn't my account, so I gotta figure out what the fuck's up with that. Yeah, I've been hearing that that they've been doing that, taking Trump checks and from people who have child support payments.
Damn it.
So I don't know what's but I heard unemployment. You can sign. Have you tried signing up for unemployment?
And that's the thing. When I was in jail, they signed me up for unemployment.
Oh wow!
Even though I'd lost my job when I got arrested. And I don't think I even had. I mean, I had it for maybe 3 months. I don't even think I qualified for it, but yeah. And come to find, they're already charging me for child support out of that too. So
yeah.
I mean, I was able to get like 64 of the $80 that was spent off the card. None of the money back from the physical money on my person from this other incident. And it's just like, dude, it's all credit anyways. I have to wait for a fucking decision on. But I don't know.
What have people been talking about on the streets? Have they been saying much about Obamagate, 5G, COVID, anything at all?
Well, everyone's pissed here. Everyone's saying it's eugenics.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Bill Gates, right, as the forefront. He's doing a lot of...
Oh, he's just one of them.
He's just one of them, exactly. But his father was like a grandmaster of Planned Parenthood, apparently. Or like one of his family ran Planned Parenthood or something like that. There's pictures of his dad, Bill Gates Sr.
Heard of that.
There's pictures of Bill Gates Sr. and David Rockefeller and David Rothschild and all those cocksuckers, and they're all sitting together, standing together, smiling, and having a good time. And it's all part of the eugenics and this and that, allegedly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it's very interesting to see how all this lays out. And, and this, I don't know if you heard much about the Obamagate thing. Have you heard much about that?
I actually, I was watching Fox News, and Obama came on, and they were calling him President Obama on one of the things, on one of the, I was kind of taken aback, because I was like, really? You're still calling him President Obama, like what? Like,
yeah, I think there's something about that. They still call, even if you're not president, they still call you president as like a form of respect or something.
If you're Obama, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. So I don't know what the deal is, but apparently Obamagate is apparently, I mean, like the top officials of our government are accusing Obama of, doing some shady stuff. So apparently it's coming out of the woodworks, and we'll definitely see what happens. But my 2 cents is that it's all talk until something actually happens. So Trump said he was going to lock some people up, years ago, and nothing happened.
Yeah, well, we're still running around. Yeah, it's just pretty much my speculation on it. I don't know if any of this talk with Obama, talking down about Trump's lack of action or initiative. I don't know. It's just going to come to anything, but
Very interesting.
Yeah, like you said, speculate and see what will come to pass on that.
What do you think? What are the updates on the whole COVID thing? Are they shutting that off? Or are they turning it back on? I hear 2 different sources that they're ramping it up, and then I hear other sources that they're trying to, die it down.
Well, and that's the thing. You're going to see a lot of small business staying closed.
Oh yeah, of course. The small businesses are definitely getting hammered in the ass right now. That's one of the.
Getting hit pretty hard, yeah.
That's one of the biggest things, and that was one of the conspiracies as well. Not just eugenics, but the entire Jim Fetzer was talking about that as well. Is that they're just trying to buy up? They're just trying to swallow the middle class whole. All the small businesses, they're trying to destroy them, so the big corporations come over.
The working class, for that matter.
Of course.
This has been going on for years, yeah.
Yeah, and finally, exactly, you're absolutely right. And now, it's very interesting. How long? I'm just curious. Like, do the American people still have their pep? And like, when are they going to put their foot down and say no? Or are they just going to keep getting ravaged?
Well, the main thing we need to remember is that if this is an engineered virus, this is, that's an act of war from China, So, well, people do need to kind of get their heads out of their asses and realize like what could be next.
Right, but you also have to be careful. I mean, there's a lot of evidence pointing to China, but you also don't want to, you want to be like 3,000% sure. You know what I mean? You can't just point the finger at China and be like, oh, F you, let's blow them up, and then let's call it a day. You got to be like, because we all are familiar with the government lying, false flags, yada yada. We're all familiar with all this crap. So we gotta. What can the American people do? We just gotta figure it out and do our best due diligence.
Absolutely.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Correspondent Dante. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, and we'll definitely keep updating and hope to talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. So there you go. We have that. Now let's see if we got another correspondent coming up. Let's see, do we got anybody? Let's give it a go. Senate committee authorizes subpoena in GOP's Hunter Biden Burisma investigation. Yeah, I don't know if we talked about this one, but this is huge. I mean, just all of this stuff, and it's not even worth talking about Biden or anything. I mean, it's all just very amazing. And one of the biggest things that we wanted to tackle was what is the connection between 5G, COVID, and Huawei, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. And remember, like we talked about on the last show, is that the United States told the UK that if you don't get rid of Huawei, then we're pulling all of our military stuff out of there. We're leaving the UK if they don't get rid of Huawei because there's some kind of thing. And remember, Wuhan was the original place on where 5G was first originated, first tested. So there's a lot of connect the dots type stuff over here, and, you know, whether anybody can figure it out, we're going to see what's up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. So, you know, Kevin Annette wasn't able to get on the show, unfortunately. He's banned from all the Twitters and the Skypes and all the social medias. And his phone, unfortunately, wasn't able to phone in, wasn't able to dial in. So we got one of our correspondents on the team to talk about some of his viewpoints. And, you know, so we'll see. We'll just keep in touch. Thank you very much. And Geezy is out. Thank you.